Welcome to another Dorkler action figure review. Today I'm taking a look at the Mythic Legions Head Pack 1 from the All-Stars 5 Plus wave, and it's pretty cool to me that they have put this in a package, like a display window type package, because typically they do accessory packs and they just put them in trays and they have the trays taped and you sort of get the trays without any sort of branding on it. But especially for stores, for store owners and for retailers, as I've said many times in the past, I think Four Horsemen does right by their retailers. And so for them to be able to, put it on a nice display for when they sell them in store is really nice. And then there are that handful of people who do collect Legions in box, or at least have a part of their collection in box. But got to picture all the heads on the side there. Head Pack 1, Heads Pack 1. And then you can see this is a specific packaging. I mean, the artwork is the same as the Alethea wave, but you do have the All-Stars 5 Plus characters on the back. So this is a new card. And then you can see down in the package, there's a typical baggie with some extra bits there, like the Bog Goblin's, like headdress piece, his hat or whatever, his helmet. And I think there's like another neck and a couple other things, pieces for the cat parts and whatnot. And I haven't really been doing the packaging for the All-Stars 5 Plus, mostly just to try to shave a little time off of my production. But this one I had to do, very unique and different for the line. So Heads Pack in the packaging. Starting off with the black cat Jagualian head sculpt, Panther-esque. The original figure that had this head sculpt was Balam, and then of course they've had a number of other colorways, but this is the first time we've gotten it in black. Recently we got the red one as well, so that'll look cool. A red cat and a black cat next to each other will look pretty sweet. I love these yellow eyes. This one does have a neck peg, and it's got the tail, and it does have the collar piece to sort of convert your figure into a cat. Typically you're probably going to want to use like Torion or the Black Krampus for that kind of a look there. Next, we have the Bog Goblin that utilizes the open mouth Hellfire Goblin head. And this is one that I'm pumped about because I never had a Bog Goblin, and it wasn't really until I got the Hellfire Goblin that I really wanted a Bog Goblin. I just guess I didn't know what I was missing at the time until I had a Hellfire Goblin in hand. So I'm very excited for this. The Bog Goblin has a 2-part head with a specialized neck right here. So, it didn't need to come with its own neck peg. It's already built into that part of the head. And you do have a removable tongue piece here. Let me see if I can get this thing out on camera. So this piece will come out, and then you can stick the long tongue in there. And I might not have that in all the way, but that's kind of a look at it with the long tongue. And of course I will pop this on a body later, but very excited to have this in hand because I can very quickly just use a dwarf body and essentially give myself a brand new Bog Goblin. And it also does come with the helmet for the Hellfire Goblin, and yeah, the paintwork on this is incredible. Just so much detail on that thing. Really cool look. Next up, we've got a repaint of the Gwendolyn Heavens brand female head sculpt, this time with red hair. And yeah, this is a great one. Nothing too like flashy or exciting about it, just a repainted Gwendolyn Heavens brand head sculpt. This one also does come with the neck, so you could make a red Sonya out of this one pretty easily, I think. Next up, we have the Azar Zazar head sculpt repainted in red. So this will be great with like the red Krampus body, or even some of the like Fury Clan stuff. Definitely matches up those colors. But a red version there. Awesome yellow eyes. And very nicely painted. And this one also comes with a neck. Next up, we have the Jorund Runeshaper repainted head sculpt here. Jorund Runeshaper has been a really hard to find figure for quite some time now. And then we've got the horns on the side here that are swappable with the usual helmet bits. Awesome addition. There are not a lot of dwarves with faces. Most of them have the helmet covering up the face. So pretty sweet right there with that dwarf head. And then last but not least, a brand new head sculpt here. And this is a Screaming Vampire, and I've turned the lights down a little because it's a very bright, light gray, almost a white head sculpt there, but get a close look at that one. So this one did not come with a neck peg. This is the only one that didn't come with a neck peg. I guess you could use the black neck peg from the Jagualian if he's going to be armored. But a matching neck peg in the flesh would have been a really nice addition to this head sculpt. So There's a nice look at that vampire. Okay, now the most important part of the video, what do these heads look like on figures? And I'll do one of each. And the first one we got here is actually pretty straightforward. This is the Gonks figure. This is the Goblin Gonks, and I think the rusted out armor makes sense with a bog goblin. I feel like living in the swampy moisture, if it had a suit of armor, it would be rusted out. And in fact, the original bog goblin is kind of like that. It's like a rusted out suit of armor. So this one to me makes a ton of sense. Of course, you got to have an extra Gonks, and that figure is pretty hard to come by right now, but any dwarf body would work really well. Next up, another very simple straight one-to-one swap. This is the female head sculpt on the Hadriana body. I think that a lot of people are doing Red Sonja, so I thought I would just do a full armored knight, and I think this look is great. Next up, we got the dwarf head, and this is a full-on kit bash. I thought this looked pretty cool. This is the Praetorian torso and skirt and loincloth. It's got the Dubon arms, and then it's got armor bits from the Hellfire Goblin, I believe, and then it's got some leather boots and gloves, and this look I think is just awesome. And then here I just swapped out the horns for a pair of wings that came with the Deluxe Barbarian, and I think this looks equally as good on this helmet. This next one I saw someone do in the Mythic Legions Cabal Facebook group, and I thought it was incredible. What we have here is the Krampus body with the red wings from Xenothon and the loincloth from Sir Gerard. Next up, this is a kit bash that I have had on my shelf for quite a long time. It was a really popular one when I showed it on Instagram. And this is the Torion body with the Sir Owain armor parts. Looks incredible with those blacks. And this was one I knew right away when I saw that cat head sculpt revealed that it was going to go on this body. And here it is, and it's spectacular. And last but not least, we've got the brand new vampire head sculpt on a brand new kit bash, at least for me. And this is the Varg torso and arms mixed in with a standard Black Knight, and then a few little accents from Sir Gerard, those black straps, 3 of them, and his 2 scimitars. And I think this is incredible. This might be the look I end up settling with on this new vampire head sculpt. There you have it, a look at all 6 brand new head sculpts with swaps. Thanks for watching my video, and until next time, may the Force be with you.